Lila sat on her bed, staring at the ceiling. The room felt too quiet, too empty. She picked up her phone and scrolled through her messages, hoping for a text from Max. They had been best friends since childhood, sharing everything from secrets to dreams. But now, after he moved away to another city for a new job, everything felt different. The distance between them was heavy, like a thick fog that wouldn't lift. She remembered the last time they were together. They laughed and talked, late into the night, planning their future adventures. Max had always been the one to encourage her, reminding her that she could achieve anything if she put her mind to it. But now, with him so far away, Lila felt lost. She missed their long conversations and the way he understood her without even having to say anything. "It's just a few hours away," she whispered to herself, trying to convince herself that it wasn't so bad. But every day felt like an eternity. She could call him, but what would she say? What if he didn't feel the same way anymore? What if their friendship had changed too much? Lila sighed and picked up her sketchbook. She loved to draw, and it was one way she felt connected to Max. He had always loved her art, often calling her an artist with a bright future. She flipped through the pages, each drawing a memory of their time together. There was the park where they spent countless afternoons, the coffee shop where they talked about their dreams, and the beach where they made promises to always be there for each other. As she sketched, Layla's mind drifted to the last time they were at the beach. They had built sandcastles and laughed as the waves crashed over their creations. Max had told her, "No matter where we are, I'll always be with you. We'll always find a way to connect." His words echoed in her mind, but the distance felt overwhelming now. After finishing her drawing, Lila set her pencil down and stared at it. The image of the beach brought a wave of sadness. She missed him so much. Gathering her courage, she opened her messaging app and typed a message to Max. "Hey, just wanted to say I miss you. How's everything going?" She hesitated, her finger hovering over the send button. What if he didn't respond? What if he was too busy with his new life? But she pressed send, feeling a mix of hope and anxiety. Time passed slowly as she waited for a reply. She paced her room, glancing at her phone. Every few minutes. Finally, it buzzed. "Hey, Lila. I miss you too. Things are good here, but it's not the same without you. Let's video chat soon?" A smile broke across Lila's face. They were still connected. She quickly replied, "Yes, I'd love that." The days leading up to their video chat felt like a countdown to a celebration. She prepared herself, making sure her room was tidy and her hair looked nice. When the day finally arrived, she felt a flutter of excitement in her stomach. As she logged into the video call, her heart raced. When Max's face appeared on the screen, it felt like a piece of her heart had returned. "Lila," he exclaimed, his smile brightening her day. "You look great." "Thanks. You too," she replied, feeling warmth spread through her. It was like no time had passed since they last saw each other. They talked for hours just like old times. Lila shared her drawings, and Max told her about his new job in the city. She felt a sense of relief wash over her. Their connection was still there, strong and vibrant. Layla realized that even though they were miles apart, their friendship could withstand the distance. As the conversation flowed, Layla felt hopeful. Max was still the same supportive friend who believed in her. "You know," he said, "I've been thinking about how we can stay connected, even from far away. We could start a project together." "What kind of project?" she asked, intrigued. "How about an art and story exchange? You draw something, and I'll write a story inspired by it. Then we can share it with each other." Leela's eyes lit up. "I love that idea. It's like we're creating something together, even if we're apart." "I knew you'd like it," Max grinned. "Let's make it a regular thing. This way, we'll always have a reason to talk. As they planned their project, Layla felt a renewed sense of purpose. The distance no longer felt like a barrier. It was just a challenge to overcome. They would find ways to keep their friendship alive. No matter where life took them. After the call ended, Layla felt lighter. She picked up her sketchbook again and began to draw. This time, she sketched a scene of her and Max at the beach, building their sandcastle. She added vibrant colors, imagining how happy they would be when they finally reunited. Days turned into weeks, and their project blossomed. Layla sent her drawings to Max, and he responded with stories that made her laugh and cry. They exchanged messages filled with encouragement and shared their dreams. The distance that once felt so daunting transformed into a bridge connecting their hearts. One day, as Layla was sketching, she had an idea. She decided to create a special drawing for Max, something that would remind him of their friendship and the bond they shared. She poured her heart into it, capturing the essence of their connection. When she finished, she sent him a photo of the drawing with a message. "This is for you, Max. No matter how far apart we are, you'll always be with me." His response was immediate. "Layla, this is amazing. It's like you captured our friendship in one picture. Thank you. I'll always treasure it." Feeling a surge of warmth, Layla knew that their friendship was stronger than any distance. They had found a way to stay connected, to support each other, and to continue dreaming together. As she lay in bed that night, Layla felt a sense of peace. The world outside might seem vast and lonely, but she had Max in her heart. And in that moment, she realized that no matter where they were, they would always find a way to reconnect. He had fixed her breathing mask, and now she couldn't leave him. Their bond was unbreakable, a testament to the power of friendship and the hope that distance could never diminish. Layla woke up the next morning, feeling lighter than she had in weeks. The morning sun streamed through her window, casting a warm glow on her sketchbook. She flipped through the pages, admiring her artwork that had been inspired by her friendship with Max. It was amazing how a simple video call had reignited her hope and passion. But as the day went on, the feeling of distance crept back in. Layla missed seeing Max's smile in person, hearing his laughter, and sharing the little moments that made life special. She remembered their inside jokes, the way they could talk for hours without running out of things to say, and how he always made her feel understood. Layla decided she needed to do something more than just messaging. She wanted to show Max how much he meant to her, and how their friendship was worth fighting for, even if they were far apart. As she sat at her desk, she thought about the art and story project they had started. It made her feel connected, but she wanted to take it a step further. After some thought, an idea sparked in her mind. She grabbed her sketchbook and started drawing again, this time creating a vibrant piece dedicated to their friendship. She imagined a scene where they were together again, laughing on the beach, surrounded by colorful kites flying high in the sky. She envisioned Max holding a kite string, his face lit up with joy. As she drew, Layla felt inspired. She wanted to send this artwork to Max, but she also wanted to include a heartfelt letter. She wanted him to know how much he mattered to her, and how she wanted to keep their friendship strong, no matter the distance. Once she finished the drawing, Layla carefully wrote her letter. She poured her heart into every word, expressing her feelings and the importance of their bond. She wrote about how hard it had been to adjust to his absence, but also how their recent conversations had brought her hope. After sealing the drawing and letter in an envelope, Layla headed to the post office. The sun shined brightly as she walked, and she felt a surge of excitement. Sending this piece of her heart felt like a way to bridge the gap between them. She imagined Max opening the envelope, seeing her drawing, and reading her words. When she returned home, Lila felt a sense of accomplishment. She had taken a step to reconnect, and that made her feel good. But as the days passed, she still found herself yearning for more. She wanted to hear his voice, to share stories, and to feel the comfort of his presence. One evening, as she sat on her bed, she decided to call him again. This time, she felt a rush of nerves. What if he was too busy with work? What if their conversations had changed too much? Taking a deep breath, she dialed his number. To her relief, Max answered almost immediately. "Layla, it's so great to hear from you." His voice filled her with warmth. "Hey, Max, I just sent you something in the mail. I hope you like it," she said, feeling giddy. "What did you send?" he asked, sounding curious. "It's a surprise. You'll have to wait and see," she teased, her heart dancing with excitement. "I can't wait." "I miss our surprises," he replied, and Lila could hear the smile in his voice. They talked for a long time, sharing stories about their days. Lila told him about her latest drawings, and Max shared updates about his new job and the city. She felt the distance between them shrink as they laughed and reminisced about old times. After a while, Max said, "You know, Lila, I've been thinking about coming back to visit. I really want to see you and catch up in person." Her heart skipped a beat. "Really? That would be amazing. We could go to the beach, just like old times." "Yes, and we could fly kites and build sandcastles," he said, his enthusiasm infectious. Lila felt a surge of hope. The thought of seeing Max. Lila felt a rush of joy as she walked along the beach with Max, the waves crashing softly against the shore. The sun was setting, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. It was a perfect evening, and she couldn't believe they were finally together again. After spending the day flying kites and laughing, Lila felt like everything was right in the world. But as they settled on the sand, watching the sun dip below the horizon, a familiar feeling crept back in. The reality of their distance loomed over her like a shadow. She loved having Max here, but she knew he would have to return to his new city soon. "Lila," Max said, breaking the comfortable silence, "I've been thinking about how much I've missed this place. It feels good to be back." "Yeah, it really does," she replied, looking at him. "I've missed you so much. Everything felt different without you here." Max nodded, his expression serious. "I felt that too. It's not easy being apart, but I want you to know that I've been thinking about you all the time. You're always in my heart." Hearing those words made Lila's heart swell with warmth. Yet she couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty. "What happens after you go back?" she asked quietly. "How do we keep this connection alive?" Max looked at her thoughtfully. "I don't want to lose what we have. We can make it work. We just have to be committed to it." Lila felt a spark of hope. "You're right. We can schedule regular video calls and send each other our art and stories. We can keep sharing our lives, even from a distance." "Exactly. And I'll make time to come back whenever I can. We can create more memories together," he said, his voice full of enthusiasm. As they talked, Lila felt a weight lift off her shoulders. Maybe their friendship could survive the distance. They could find ways to support each other, no matter how far apart they were. The next few days flew by, filled with laughter and adventure. They visited all their favorite places, the old coffee shop, the park where they had spent countless afternoons, and of course, the beach. Each moment was precious, and Lila cherished every second. On their last day together, they decided to visit the park one last time. The air was fresh, and the flowers were in full bloom. They found a cozy spot under a large oak tree and settled down for a picnic. "Remember when we used to come here and dream about our futures?" Max asked as they unpacked their food. Lila smiled. "Of course. We talked about traveling the world and becoming successful in our careers. It felt like anything was possible back then." Max's eyes sparkled with excitement. It still is. We just need to believe in ourselves and support each other. I know we can achieve our dreams, no matter where we are. Lila felt inspired by his words. You're right. I think we can help each other grow, even if we're apart. I want to keep pushing myself to create more art and explore new ideas. Absolutely. And I'll share my plans and challenges with you too. We can be each other's cheerleaders, he said, smiling brightly. As they enjoyed their picnic, Lila felt a sense of determination. She wanted to make sure their friendship remained strong. It was clear that Max believed in her, and she wanted to do the same for him. Later that evening, they returned to the beach to watch the sunset one last time. The sky was a canvas of colors, and Lila felt a mix of happiness and sadness. She wanted to hold on to this moment forever, but she also knew that their time together was coming to an end. Lila, Max began, his voice serious. I want you to promise me something. Of course, what is it? She asked, curious. Promise me that you won't let distance stop you from pursuing your dreams. Keep creating art, sharing your thoughts, and reaching for what you want. I'll be right there cheering you on, no matter where I am. Lila nodded, tears welling in her eyes. I promise, Max. I won't give up. And you have to promise me the same. Keep chasing your dreams, and remember that I'm always here for you. I promise, he said, his voice steady. We'll always find a way to support each other. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Lila felt a renewed sense of hope. They would face challenges, but they were determined to keep their friendship alive. The next day, as they prepared for Max's departure, Lila felt a pang of sadness. She wanted to hold on to every moment, but she also knew that their bond was strong enough to withstand the distance. At the bus station, Lila hugged Max tightly, tears streaming down her face. I'm going to miss you so much. I'll miss you too, but this isn't goodbye. It's just a new chapter for us, he said, wiping her tears. Remember, I'll be just a call away. I know, she replied, her heart swelling with gratitude. Thank you for coming back. You've fixed so many things for me, Max. You've shown me that we can still be connected. As the bus pulled away, Lila waved, feeling a mix of emotions. She watched until Max was out of sight, realizing that even though he was gone, their friendship would remain strong. They would find ways to stay close and support each other, no matter the distance. Back at home, Lila opened her sketchbook and began to draw again. This time, she created a piece inspired by their time together, a vibrant scene of the beach with two trees standing tall, their roots intertwined. It represented their friendship, strong and resilient. With each stroke of her pencil, Lila felt empowered. She was determined to keep creating, to keep sharing, and to keep dreaming. She knew that as long as they believed in each other, nothing could break their bond. In her heart, Lila felt that. Max had fixed her breathing mask, and now she couldn't leave him. Their friendship was a lifeline, reminding her that they would always find a way to connect, no matter how far apart they were. With hope and determination, she was ready to embrace the future, knowing that together they could overcome anything. After Max left, Lila felt a mix of emotions swirling inside her. The joy of their time together lingered, but so did the sadness of his absence. Each day felt heavier without him, and she missed their conversations, laughter, and shared dreams. The distance seemed to stretch endlessly, but she was determined not to let it pull them apart. Lila spent the first few days after Max's departure trying to adjust to life without him. She focused on her art, pouring her feelings into each drawing. She created pieces inspired by their memories, the beach, the park, and the little coffee shop. Each artwork was a tribute to their friendship, reminding her of the connection they shared. But as the days turned into weeks, she found herself feeling distant again. The excitement of their project faded, and she struggled to find the motivation to create. Lila often sat in her room, staring at her sketches, feeling lost. One evening, while flipping through her phone, she came across a picture of them at the beach. They were laughing, kites flying high in the background. The sight of Max's joyful face tugged at her heart. She remembered his promise to keep supporting her dreams. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. Lila grabbed her sketchbook and began to draw. This time, she wanted to create something special, not just for herself, but for Max. She decided to make a series of drawings that represented their friendship, each one capturing a different memory. This project could be their way of staying connected, even from afar. As she worked on the drawings, Lila felt a renewed sense of purpose. She poured her heart into each piece, recalling the moments they had shared. She drew their favorite coffee shop, the beach at sunset, and the park where they had picnics. With each stroke of her pencil, she felt closer to Max, as if he were right there beside her. After finishing the drawings, Lila had another idea. She would send them to Max as a surprise. She wanted him to feel the same warmth and joy that their friendship brought her. She carefully packaged the drawings, adding small notes to each one that explained the memories behind them. With a sense of excitement, Lila headed to the post office. The sun was shining, and the air felt fresh. She imagined Max's reaction when he received the package. Would he smile? Would he feel connected to her, just like she felt connected to him? Once the package was sent, Lila felt a weight lift from her shoulders. She had taken a step to reach out, and it felt good. She spent the next few days waiting eagerly for a response, checking her phone constantly. Finally, a week later, her phone buzzed with a message from Max. Her heart raced as she opened it. "Lila, I received your package today. I can't believe how amazing your drawings are. They brought tears to my eyes. Thank you so much." Lila smiled, feeling warmth spread through her. "I'm so glad you liked them. I wanted to remind you of all the great times we've had together." Max replied, "You did that and more. I felt like I was right there with you. We need to keep doing this. I want to create something too." His words filled Lila with hope. "Yes, we can share our art and stories. Let's keep this project going." From that day on, they began exchanging drawings and stories regularly. Max would send her sketches of his new city, capturing the sights and sounds that inspired him. Lila loved hearing about his adventures, and his enthusiasm made her feel connected to his world. One day, Max sent her a drawing of a beautiful park in his new city. "This place reminds me of our park. I wish you were here to see it with me," he wrote. Lila felt a pang of longing. "I wish I could be there too. But I'll make it there one day. We can explore together." Their conversations flowed like a river, filled with excitement and support. They cheered each other on, sharing their goals and dreams. Max encouraged Lila to enter an art competition, believing in her talent even when she doubted. Lila sat in her room, staring at the certificate displayed on her wall. She had won the art competition, and the recognition felt incredible. But even with this achievement, she still felt a twinge of sadness. Max was not there to celebrate with her. The distance between them sometimes felt overwhelming, as she missed having him by her side. After the excitement of winning faded, Lila found herself in a familiar place, feeling distant again. She had poured her heart into her art, and it had paid off, but she wanted to share that joy with Max. They had always celebrated each other's successes together, and now it felt incomplete. One evening, as she sat at her desk, Lila decided to call Max. She wanted to share her news, to let him know how much his support had meant to her. She picked up her phone, took a deep breath, and dialed his number. "Hey, Lila." Max answered, his voice warm and inviting. "It's so good to hear from you." "Hi, Max. I have some exciting news," she said, her heart racing. "I won the art competition." "Really? "That's amazing," he exclaimed. "I knew you could do it. You're so talented." His enthusiasm filled her with warmth. "Thank you. But it would have meant so much. More if you were here to celebrate with me." "I wish I could be there," Max replied, his tone sincere. "But we can celebrate together, even from afar. What do you say to a virtual party?" Lila smiled at the idea. "That sounds perfect. We can have a little celebration over video chat." They decided on a date for their virtual party, and Lila felt a surge of excitement. Planning this celebration gave her something to look forward to. She started preparing for it, thinking of fun games they could play and snacks they could enjoy while chatting as the day of the party approached. Lila's anticipation grew. She decorated her room with colorful drawings and set up her laptop. She baked cookies and made popcorn, wanting to create a festive atmosphere. She even wore a party hat to make it feel more special. When the time finally arrived, Lila logged into the video call, her heart racing. Max appeared on her screen, wearing a goofy party hat and a big smile. "Happy Celebration Day." He cheered, making her laugh. "You look ridiculous." Lila joked, giggling at his silly expression. "Just trying to keep the spirit alive," he said, waving around a confetti popper. "Let's get this party started." They played games, shared stories, and even had a little dance party in their separate rooms. Lila felt the distance fading away as they laughed and celebrated her achievement together. It was as if they were in the same room, enjoying each other's company. "I'm so proud of you, Lila," Max said during a quiet moment. "You've worked so hard, and you deserve this." "Thank you, Max. I couldn't have done it without your support," she replied, feeling grateful. "You believed in me when I was doubting myself." As the party continued, Lila felt a sense of hope. Even though they were miles apart, they had found a way to be together. Their friendship was strong, and they could still share moments that mattered. After the celebration, they settled into a comfortable conversation. Lila opened up about her feelings of loneliness since Max moved away. "I sometimes feel like I'm losing touch with everything we had. I miss our everyday moments, the little things that made our friendship special." "I understand," Max replied, his tone serious. "I miss those moments too. But I believe we can create new ones, even from a distance." "What do you mean?" Lila asked, curious. "Let's start a new project," he suggested. "How about we create a joint art piece? We can each contribute something and bring it together digitally. It'll be a way to show that distance doesn't matter." Lila's eyes lit up at the idea. "That sounds amazing. We can send our drawings back and forth until we have something we both love." "Yes." "It'll be our way of staying connected and creating something beautiful together, no matter where we are," Max said, his excitement contagious. They spent the next few hours brainstorming ideas for their joint art piece. Lila felt her spirits lift as they discussed themes, colors, and styles. They decided to create a mural that represented their friendship, a blend of their individual styles and memories. The next day, Lila set to work on her part of the mural. She sketched a vibrant landscape filled with trees, mountains, and a sunset that reminded her of their beach trips. She poured her heart into every detail, imagining how Max would add his own touch to the piece. After finishing her section, she took a photo and sent it to Max. "Here's my part. I hope you like it." Max replied quickly, "It's beautiful, Lila. I love the colors. I can't wait to add my part." As the days passed, they continued to work on the mural, sending their pieces back and forth. Each new addition brought them closer together, and Lila felt more connected to Max than ever. They shared their thoughts and feelings, discussing not just art, but their dreams and fears. One evening, as they were working on the mural, Lila said, "You know, I've been thinking about visiting you. I want to see your new city and explore it together." Max's eyes brightened. "I would love that. We can go to all the places I've told you about. It would be amazing to have you here. Lila felt a rush of excitement at the thought of reuniting in person. Let's make a plan. I can save up for a ticket and come visit. Absolutely. We'll figure it out together. I can't wait to show you everything, Max said, his voice filled with enthusiasm. Planning the visit filled Lila with hope. She imagined walking through the city with Max, laughing and exploring new places. The thought of being together again made her heart race with joy. Finally, the day came when they completed the mural. Lila took a picture of the finished piece and sent it to Max. We did it. I love it, Max replied. It's perfect. It represents us so beautifully. I can't wait to hang it up in my apartment. As they admired their artwork, Lila felt a deep sense of satisfaction. They had turned their feelings of distance into something beautiful, proving that their friendship could thrive despite the miles between them. One night, as they talked, Max said, Lila, I want you to know that you've inspired me. Your creativity and determination remind me to keep pushing myself too. Thank you, Max. That means a lot to me, she said, feeling touched. We inspire each other, and that's what makes our friendship special. As they continued to share their lives, Lila felt a sense of balance returning. The distance was still there, but it no longer felt like a barrier. Instead, it became a challenge they could overcome together. Through their art and constant communication, Lila realized that he had indeed fixed her breathing mask. Now she couldn't leave him. Their friendship was a lifeline, a reminder that, no matter the distance, they would always find a way to reconnect and support each other. With hope in her heart, Lila looked forward to the future. She knew that together they could face anything, and she felt excited for the adventures that awaited them. Lila sat in her room, surrounded by the vibrant colors of her latest art project. The mural she had created with Max felt like a piece of her heart, and she was proud of what they had accomplished together. Yet, despite this joy, a new wave of loneliness washed over her. The reality of Max living far away still weighed heavily on her mind. She glanced at her phone, hoping for a message from him. They had been communicating regularly, but there was still a longing for more. Layla missed the little things, the spontaneous chats, the laughter, and the comfort of simply being together. One afternoon, while scrolling through social media, Lila came across a photo of a local art fair happening in her town. It looked vibrant and full of life, with artists showcasing their work and people enjoying the atmosphere. An idea sparked in her mind. What if she could share this experience with Max, even if he couldn't be there physically? Excited, Lila picked up her phone and texted him. Hey, there's an art fair happening this weekend. I wish you could be here to see it with me. His reply came quickly. That sounds amazing. I wish I could be there too. Take lots of pictures for me. Lila's heart sank a little. She wanted him to be there, to experience it with her. But then she thought, maybe she could bring him along in a different way. What if I do a live stream while I'm there? You can join me virtually. Max's response was enthusiastic. That's a great idea. I'd love to see everything. Let's do it. The plan made Lila feel alive with excitement. She spent the next few days preparing for the fair. She gathered her art supplies, planning to create something special during the event. She wanted to show Max how vibrant her world was, even if he couldn't be there in person. On the day of the art fair, Lila arrived early. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and music. She set up her space, displaying her artwork. As she prepared for the live stream, she felt a mix of nerves and excitement. Okay, here goes, Lila said to herself, taking a deep breath. She opened her phone and started the live stream. Hi everyone. I'm here at the art fair, and I'm so excited to share this experience with you, especially with my best friend Max, who is watching from afar. As she walked around, Lila pointed her camera at the different booths, showcasing the colorful paintings, handmade crafts, and smiling faces of other artists. She felt the energy of the fair, and it filled her with joy. "Look at this amazing painting," she said, showing a large canvas with bright flowers. "I wish you were here to see it, Max." "I wish I could smell the flowers," Max replied through the chat. "This is so cool. Thank you for sharing this with me." Lila continued to explore, chatting